Waters dying for Pakistan. The revenge of geography is upon us. The mighty Indus that rises in the mountains and flows down to the sea is besieged with life-threatening issues. We have cut off its arms, diverted its flow, poisoned its marine life and vegetation. We have built walls in its waters to control its flow to benefit mankind. Nature is in rage. Global warming and climate change are reality, lesser rainfalls per annum, flash floods and avalanches due to melting glaciers and prolonged droughts are creating stress for the land and its inhabitants. In addition to surface water, geography also gifted us with some of the largest underground reservoirs called aquifers. Excessive extraction of this is plunder and rape. They are now spouting lead-laden acrid fluid in place of the once life-giving sweet waters. The landscape once dotted by fresh lakes is now barren, parched bowls of mud and slush. Can we afford to let a country of 220 million people and fast multiplying face death and starvation in times to come? Pakistan's water resources. Mean annual river flow 150 MAF. Groundwater 50 MAF. Surface water from freshwater bodies, no figure existing. Rainfall. Pakistan Water Use Division, 96% agricultural usage, 4% urban usage. Threats to water. Climate change, global warming, fast multiplying population increasing water demand. Pollution of surface water bodies, politicization of available water resources, mismanagement, water loss due to lack of vision and strategy on water, water's potential for sustainability and poverty alleviation not harnessed, groundwater depletion, no harnessing of rainwater efficiencies, lack of widespread agri-reforms to cut down excessive usage. Historical perspective of the legal status of water. Since the days of the Raj, the Indus waters have been subjected to partiality, vested interest, and politics. Partition identified it as Upper and Lower Riparian Network and set a Sindh and Punjab water sharing paradigm. The 1960 Indus Water Accord further divided the tributaries of the Indus. Under SCA, the digging of 2,500 tube wells to extract groundwater was initiated. As a result of one unit, the water irrigation network was divided into 9 regions. Then WAPTA was created to be in charge of storage, hydropower management, and distribution of the basin. In 1973, the Council of Common Interest was created to formulate and regulate policies over WAPTA, IRSA, and WASA. The Council would receive complaints both from federal and provincial governments over water and refer them to a commission appointed by the President. Wake up, Pakistan! To save ourselves from this calamity of mammoth scale, Pakistan needs to wake up. There is an urgent need to address the issues of the water sector at a holistic level. It is time that policymakers, stakeholders, experts, parliamentarians, and media join hands to save our waters. Conservation and storage. To address the issues of conservation and storage, there are case studies such as the Murray-Darling Basin. Science and technology have advanced. The solutions of the 21st century are not just surface dams but also subsurface dams, recharge of aquifers, and artificially created underground storage tanks. Depleting aquifers call for new water laws. Water laws must be separated from land laws. Landowners must hold licenses and permits to pump up water for agriculture. Meters and gauges must be there to measure the amount permitted. There must be a price attached to this water. The distinction between the responsibilities of the federal and provincial ministries over management, distribution, and diversions of the Indus tributaries must be clearly defined and must be addressed by lawmakers. Waters made toxic by industrial dumping of waste in lakes and canals must be stopped and fines imposed on those who pollute. Agri-reforms. The agri-sector uses 96% of the total water. Sprinkler and drip irrigation have been introduced. If farmers can be trained to curb flood irrigation and incentivized to grow less water-intensive crops, sufficient savings will result from this. Channels and canal linings are required to stop excessive leakage. Revision of Abhyana rates, crop per drop technologies, and telemetry systems must be revived or introduced. Urban water plans. Water safeguards for urban use must become a priority for planners. Focus on better distribution calls for setting up of an integrated water policy. Placement of experts on local water boards, depoliticizing of water are some of the major actions required to deal with mismanagement, corruption and misuse, theft and wastage of water. There has to be a focus on education and awareness of masses through media and advocacy. School syllabus must include water studies. Due to barrages and climate changes, there is reduction in the flow of Indus downstream. And due to intrusion of the sea, the left bank outfall drain has been rendered ineffective. 32 million hectare canal and command area is lost to waterlogging and salinity. 33 million tons of salt is coming into the system annually. Over 4 million inhabitants are having to migrate from the dying delta area. An effective new drainage system is needed. Water economy. Pakistan water economy is running dry. Our agri-GDP is only 50 billion per MAF. With strategic planning, we can make water our business. With new water laws where user pays for the quantity he uses, approximately $600 million can be added to the revenue. The Supreme Court has recognized this natural resource as A. Fundamental right to life, B. The doctrine of public trust, C. Stating that groundwater is national wealth and belongs to entire society and must be safeguarded, D. Terming it as our most valuable treasure. In this void of vague water controls, distribution, management, ownership and governance issues, laws for integrated water management are urgently required. Our social, political and economic future depends on this. Water is life. Water is treasure. Water is our right. Therefore, all for water, water for all is our slogan. Waters, dying for Pakistan.